everyone and welcome to my channel. In this week's video I want to talk about activity books. So there's such a wide variety of activity books out there to choose from. So there's bound to be something out there that will take your interest and you will enjoy doing. I like activity books because they're really good for distraction if I'm in pain or if I'm just wanting some technology free time. So I'll show you some of the activity books that I have, just so you kind of get to know what kind of things are out there, and there might be some things that I show you that you have never come across before that might make you think, oh, I want to give that a go. So what I'll do is in the description box below I'll put links to the activity books I'll show you, so if you're interested in buying them you can find them a bit easier. So on to the activity books. So the first activity book, and the one that is probably most obvious to people, are word puzzle books. So the most common one people think of are crosswords. I don't like crosswords because my general knowledge is rubbish, and with my dyslexia I just can't work out anagrams or anything like that. I enjoy word searches, so this is one of my word search books. My favourite kind of word puzzles are crisscrosses. So this is an example of crisscross. So you have the words and it'll say kind of like 7 letters and 6 letters, and then what you do is you fill it in. So one that I've completed is this. So you fit the words in and then you cross the words out as you fit them in. So they look a little bit like a crossword, but they're a lot easier to do than a crossword. The next quite common kind of activity books are colouring books. So just as a few examples, this is my Moomin colouring book that I got from the Smile for Emmy charity. So that's just, I haven't actually started colouring this one yet, but it's just got quotes from the Moomin books and then Tove Jansson's, if that's how I pronounce her Finnish name, illustrations. And then for Christmas, from my friend Ruth, she got me this Enchanted Forest colouring book that has quite detailed pages. Colouring books are really enjoyable and quite therapeutic and calming to do. I quite enjoy sitting and colouring, listening to an audio book or a podcast, so they're quite mindful and relaxing to do. Then carrying on the theme of colouring books is I've got this The Can't Sleep colouring journal. So this one is self-help for sleeping problems, and it's just got kind of quotes in it that you colour in. This one described the thought, so obviously like if you've got thoughts running through your head at night time, and I think it's based on CBT. So again, this one, what makes you happy, so you can colour in illustrations, and then it's got lined page here to write about what makes you happy. This book I got in Paper Chase when I was in hospital last year. I really like hand lettering, so I saw this book and I loved it. So this one gives you like different fonts. There's like a different font there, and then there's words and quotes in different hand lettering fonts. So like for example, this page is the word believe in different fonts, and then it's got space to practice, as well as teaching you how to make brush strokes, and there's like template pages, so it's really extensive. And then it teaches about faux calligraphy, how to use brush pens, making different brush strokes, letter direction. So it kind of really teaches you the basics of hand lettering. So if you want to get into hand lettering, I'd really recommend this book to kind of get you started with hand lettering. This activity book I think is pretty unique. I got it as a present from my friend Olivia, and it's Map My Style, and it gives you different, like, it's about fashion. So I've learnt about fashion from this book, but it gives you activities as well. So this page, for example, geek chic, and then the activity is draw some geek glasses, distress these shorts, draw on the comic covers of your collection, and then it's got some really good illustrations, and then on these illustrations you add colour to the hair, a Peter Pan collar, draw her a rucksack, draw her some retro sneakers. Then when I was in hospital, my mum bought me this picture etch amazing mandalas. So you've probably come across those like foil engraving pictures where you have kind of like a pointed stylus and you scratch out the picture, because I've got one that on the go that's zebras, and I've got another one that's rainbow with butterfly, and this one's a bit like that, but you just scratch out, and then underneath the scratching out is pattern. So this is one I'm doing. So some of it is already done for you just to kind of show you, and then you scratch out the sections to reveal the picture underneath. So like this is one that I've got on the go at the moment, so you can see what it looks like as you start to scratch it away. This is one that I actually haven't done yet, so that's like an example of what it looks like when it's not been started. I don't know where my mum got me this from, but I'll try and find a link for it. So you can see on the back, you could scratch out the whole page to reveal the picture, but on some of the ones that I've completed, I've just scratched out what I want to reveal on the picture and left the rest all black. Then probably my all-time favourite activity books are sticker by numbers. So it's like paint by numbers, but you've got shaped stickers to fill in. So for example, this is one that hasn't been done yet. So as you can see, you've got the shapes and then the coordinating numbers. This is like the sticker part of the book. So as you can see, these are the stickers that I've taken off for completing the picture, and then this is one that's got stickers ready to take off, and it's just got the coordinating numbers. And then this one I've nearly finished, I've just got the beak to do. So that's what it looks like when it's finished. I've had other sticker by number books that are a little bit more simpler. These ones are quite complicated. And I first came across them when I was going into hospital for a video telemetry several years ago, and I was looking at activity books to take into hospital to do, and that's when I discovered sticker by numbers. I've tried to give a bit of variety of different types of activity books just to show you what's out there, so hopefully it's giving you some inspiration. And if you don't think you're a creative person, maybe activity books are for you, because you don't need to be creative to do activity books, especially something like sticker by numbers. And they're really kind of relaxing, and you get like a sense of achievement when you've finished something. I would say it's guided creativity, because you're not having to just have a blank page and expect to draw this like amazing photographic like picture out of your head. It's giving you activities to do, and it's kind of guiding you through that kind of activity page. Not so much with word puzzles, but with things like the fashion book or sticker by numbers books. So I'll leave it there for today, but hopefully it's giving you some ideas. Maybe you're looking for something to take into hospital to do, or you're finding being in self-isolation or shielding during this lockdown a bit boring, and you're just needing something to occupy yourself with. If you've got a friend who's quite creative, they make good gifts. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and hopefully see you in the next video. Bye for now.